a lot of new and exciting footage that's come out of the northern front, so the front between occupied Palestine and Lebanon. And there was another strike on Meron. There's a base up there, this very important base for the Israelis' aerospace capabilities. And Hezbollah, they went and struck it again. You remember after the Israelis assassinated a Hamas leader in Beirut. So that was Saleh Haruri in January. The response from Hezbollah was to fire about 60 missiles at this base, of which 40, I think, struck it. And so they've been hitting it again in the night. And here's the footage. You can see the Katyushas, they've loaded them up, the rockets. Again, you'll forgive me, I have to mute the music. I know it's a soundtrack, but... So these are Katyusha rockets, right? They're Russian-made, originally from World War II. They've been upgraded and tweaked since, of course. They're also known as Stalin's organs. I would unmute for you to hear, but you just hear the music, so it's not worth it. So they've hit the Meron base and the surrounding settlements. And this is, of course, another lovely thing that the Israelis do is they put their military bases inside the settlements or, you know, around them. And then they claim that the Palestinians have human shields. Yeah, totally. Remember, every Zionist accusation is a confession. Every single one. Every single one without fault. When I find one that isn't, I'll actually, I'll come and tell you. But you can see the barrage is just, it's nonstop. Absolutely nonstop. And here they say this is from the Israeli settlers, okay? This is what they filmed. Now. Yeah, you can see it just being pounded over and over. And notice that there's no defense against this. Do you see the Israeli Iron Dome doing anything? Do you see the Israelis able to defend themselves? They're pathetic. Pathetic. They want to, act like they have some kind of superiority. It's smashed. It's gone to pieces. Before and after October 7th. This is the destruction on the ground afterwards. Do you see how the Israeli settler is walking around with the rifle? And then the Israelis turn around and say they're civilians. What kind of civilian is that? I don't know civilians who walk around with machine guns. And then at the same time, they're in the army as reservists. So even their legal status is literally combatant. Anyway. Yeah, I feel bad for them. It sucks. Maybe they shouldn't steal other people's houses, then they won't get rockets fired at them. I don't know. Just a thought. It's just a thought. I'll play you another angle. This is a third angle of the attack, okay? And take a look. No defenses. Their air raid sirens. They can play them as loud as they want. It's not going to do anything. Just like we are seeing the Americans and the Israelis being defeated on the Yemeni front. The same is happening here. The United States, the Israelis are unable to defend even some of their most precious military installations like this Meron base, and never mind the settlements. I mean, that's why they've evacuated They say it's, 80,000. I think that's a lie. Just like they minimize the civilian deaths in Gaza, you can be sure that the Israelis are lying about how many Israelis they've had to evacuate from the north. So because they can't do anything as Hezbollah, they've taken, I think, definitely 100 to 200,000, I think even 300,000 Israeli settlers and displaced them. You have to remember there are also those in the south on the border with Gaza. So total, I would say about 300,000. And never mind the 500,000 Israelis that have fled the country since October 7th. So I'm not even talking about those, right? The Israelis who try to like hoodwink you and lie to you by mixing those two figures together. No. We're talking about the north, just the north, on the front with Lebanon. So they're really angry, these settlers, because they're being humiliated, and they're looking at Netanyahu and the Israeli army. And again, it's not Netanyahu, so don't let them make you think it's about him. But they're looking at the government and they say, why can't you protect us? Why can't you stop the missile attacks, the rocket attacks? Why can't you do anything about Hezbollah? Well, because you can't. That's why. Because you've been defeated, you've been had. And again, we go back to the build-up that's happened over the years. You see, this stuff is amateur hour. I mean, let me be very clear. These rockets, they're penetrating the Israelis' defenses. But even then, if it really comes to a full war, a full war, an all-out world war, Hezbollah have other armaments and new weapons that they have stockpiled, that they have been training with, that they have been mastering for when that day comes. So this is a breeze. This is nothing. And the Israelis, half of the point of them attacking Hezbollah, going in deeper in Lebanon and creating problems for them, is so they force Hezbollah to reveal where the larger, more sophisticated weapons are. You just look at Yemen, right? Who said who would have thought that the Houthis would have all these missiles in 2023, 2024? No one saw this coming. And so the same is true of Hezbollah. We just haven't seen yet what those capabilities are, and I guarantee you, in Yemen, they will also they also have some other cards up their sleeves, right, so to speak. But very, very interesting and highly amusing to watch their Meron base getting hit again, and the settlers kind of just standing there like, they don't know what to do. There's nothing they can do. When you steal land, when you steal somebody's land, you're always going to have a headache. So best leave. That's my advice. Right? You're obviously not welcome. I mean, how many messages does it take? And keep in mind, Hezbollah, Yemen, they're trying their best not to kill anyone. The whole point is to send a message without killing anyone, which is which is more than can be said about the Israelis. The Israelis just want to kill. They don't care. For them, on the contrary, the more they kill, the less of a headache they will have, because there's no one to reclaim the land from them, the land that they stole, right? The more Palestinians you kill, the more Lebanese, great. Then the settlers, the thieves, can live in peace. So it's a very different frame of thinking. Again, YouTube demonetized my channel because I'm not allowed to say naughty things about Israel. Telling the truth is forbidden. So if you are able to donate a few dollars on PayPal or on a monthly basis on Patreon, please consider doing it, because it would really help me continue my journalism and support independent media. So I'd be very grateful. And the links are in the description and also in the chat. Thank you guys very much again for all your donations and all your kind comments. I appreciate it very much.